Andy.
Hello, Ellen.
How's it going?
Really good.
Good.
I feel real
Thank you for
comfortable.
volunteering.
Thank you for forcing me to do this.
Okay. I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
You like the game, right?
I love the game.
Me too. So we've done this once before, and it was really fun. Before the show, we surveyed the audience, and Twitch isn't here, so Andy and I are going to take turns guessing how many people in the audience have done certain things. And I'll still want you to raise your hands, but we know how many because we have surveyed this before the show. So Andy,
Yes.
don't raise your hands until we guess, though.
Okay.
How many people here have broken up with someone by text?
I'm going to say 175 have.
Are you out of your mind?
It's
You
how,
think that many people have broken up with
It's-
somebody by text? You think that my fans are rude?
It's how people... It's not rude, it's just how,
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
just
gonna
how
be-
people do it these days.
That's not how people do it these days.
Well-
It's rude unless, you know,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say it's lower than 175 by a lot. I'm thinking it's going to be maybe 40 or something like that.
You're out of your
Survey
mind.
says, what? No! Higher than I thought.
Right.
But half the...
What did you say? 40?
I said 40 or something.
All right.
All right, raise your hands if you broke up with somebody by text. All right, there's a guy here in kind of like a coral-colored shirt. You raised your hand, yeah. And how long were you dating?
It was only a couple weeks, but it was a long time ago. I can't remember exactly what I said. But
Okay. Thanks for that story.
Yeah.
All right, have a seat. All right. Anybody like recently, like in the last month, you've broken up with somebody by text? Where?
Over here.
Okay. When did you do it and how long were you dating?
Well, I had a girlfriend and she moved to Virginia, and then I broke up with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like she broke up with you because
I know! Okay. Well, actually, no. Okay.
I mean, she moved to Virginia. Like, did she tell you she was moving?
Yeah, she did. And then,
All right.
she-
And how long had y'all been dating?
Well, we were dating for like a month.
Again, she broke
Yeah.
up with you. Okay. Yeah, you'll
Also-
figure it out. Later in life, you'll realize that that was what a breakup looked like. That was when she moved to Virginia. What did you say to her over the text?
I said, oh God. I said, I thought that I can do this, but you're too far away, and I'll always love you, but I'm sorry.
All right. What's her name?
Her name is Catherine.
All right, Catherine. Bye-bye.
Also,
Okay.
happy birthday to my friend Juliet. I
No,
promise.
don't push it. It's okay.
Sorry. Okay. I'm done.
All right. Andy, how many people here have walked in on their parents doing it?
Ooh. How many walked in on their parents doing it? I'm going to say... Ooh. I've done it. 30.
30 people walked in on
30
their parents
people.
doing it. I can't even imagine that happening. I think it can't happen that often. I don't know
But 30.
how it happens. But
It's common.
I'm going to say less than that. I'm going to say lower than that. How many people
Please.
walked in on their parents
Please,
doing
30.
it? Wow!
Yeah.
How
It
does that
happens.
happen?
Because...
Have your kids walked in on you and Lori?
No, it hasn't happened to... Well,
Or did...
not fully stuff. But like stuff, but not stuff. But
Has Erin walked in on you?
no, she never did.
Okay.
But I will say that it's very common, like a young kid doesn't feel good, or you think they fell asleep, and you think, okay, we're good, and then they're like, I didn't fall asleep, and they show up, or just you don't feel good, and that I would say that's happened to about 65
clearly.
people.
All right, raise your hand if you walked in on and you saw that sight that you'll never unsee. All right. Back here, over to you. Tell me, how long ago did this happen? How old were you?
Man, I was in like middle school, so let me think. I'm gonna guess 12. 12.
Uh-huh. You walked in and they were doing it.
Yeah.
And how did you feel?
I was mad because I just came to get a towel so I could go take a shower. I said, Mom, they said, and I just closed the door and backed on out because.
All right. You weren't scarred by that or anything?
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right. how many, Andy, how many people
All
here?
right, I think I'm supposed to ask one at a certain point.
Oh, okay, you ask.
Ellen, how many people here have ever called out the wrong name while making whoopee? Well, for the younger generation, while being intimate. How many people here
No, for
have
the
ever...
younger people, knocking boots.
Knocking
okay?
boots. How many people here have ever called out the wrong name while knocking boots?
Okay. I'm going to say not a lot of people. I think that's weird to call out the wrong name. I'm going to say 10.
I'm going to say it's higher than that.
Okay. Survey says what? Wow, you're right. It's higher than that.
Yep.
Raise your hand if you called somebody else's name out. Okay. Behind you, Andy Zener. Yes. All right. How long were you with this person?
2 hours?
Not long.
And you called out like an ex-boyfriend, girlfriend's name? Boyfriend?
Yeah, an ex.
Okay. Ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
And how recent had you been with that ex-boyfriend?
Probably a month before.
Uh-huh.
It was just, you get used to it.
Right.
So,
Right. And what did that guy do
Didn't
when you
go
called
over
out
well.
another name? He left?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you think, and then you're mad, but you just stop in the middle?
I guess so.
All right. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay, so when did this happen with you?
So it was right after I got divorced, and I was with somebody new, and yeah, I guess my ex was still on my mind.
And what did the person do when you did that?
It stopped abruptly, actually. I just remember everything kind of stopping.
Right. And did you just go, oh, God, I'm so sorry, and...
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of
And did you
course.
see that guy ever again?
Actually, I did. We ended
See?
up living together for a little bit. So,
Wow.
he was a very forgiving soul.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It could be a mistake. And how far apart were the names? What were the names?
Oh,
That's all right. All right.
Oh,
That's
no,
okay.
no. My ex's name is Jack.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. How many people here have seen a ghost? What do you think, Andy?
I'm going to say 7.
7 people have seen a ghost?
Seen a ghost? 7.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's a little bit higher than that. I don't know why, but...
Okay.
All right. Survey says what? Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot higher.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of ghosts out there that people have seen. Raise your hand if you have a good ghost story. I want to hear the good ghost story. Okay, you right here. Yeah, stand up.
So I was in 3rd grade, and me and my mom, we were watching the movie Alien, and
Oh, that's a good time for it to happen.
And then I kept seeing the alien in my closet, so I woke up my mom, and I told her I was scared. So she made me do math problems until I fell asleep.
Sit down. You realize you didn't see a ghost, right? Did you just want to be on TV, or? I hope a ghost haunts you tonight. I hope they'll teach you. All right, I need to hear a real ghost story. Who over here? Okay, over here.
My name's Carrie, and a girlfriend of one of my best friends from 1974 in Novato, California. She and her family lived in a large old farmhouse, and the wife, whose name was Virginia, they assumed was the ghost, and she would make the beds and move
Oh, how
the
convenient.
stools.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I would go
She
into
would
the
make the
kitchen,
beds?
and she would be putting them on top of the kitchen table or moving the teapot around the sink and just move random things. She was very friendly, but
And yet she stayed and cleaned up all the time.
Yeah. she didn't want
That's
to
a
leave
nice
the home.
ghost to, because usually they throw things, but to make a bed.
She was really cool. I was scared to death, but once I knew the story and saw that she was harmless,
Yeah.
she did. Wow. She tidied things up. Pretty much.
That's a wonderful story. Thank you so much. All right, that's how you play Survey Says What. We'll be right back.